Hello, beautiful hedgehogs. Today we are going to run through one of our favorite tools to use, and that is Google Search Console. So for those of you who might be new to Google Search Console, what the heck is it? I'm so glad that you asked. So Google Search Console is basically pulling back the curtains of what people are searching to then end up on your website. So it will break down the exact phrases that are leading people to end up on all of the pages on your website. So it's a really cool insight into how things are tracking. So how do we set this platform up? It is very easy. We are going to start on Google, given it is a Google tool. So we're going to Google Search Console. How many times can I say Google in a sentence? Let's keep count. Somebody might get a prize if they get the count correct. So we're going to click on this very first option at the top of our search results, and then we're going to go into Start Now. So if this is your very first time in Google Search Console, you won't have any data in here, but I do have some access to other properties that are already set up. So assuming this is your first time here, you would click into this drop down and you would go Add Property. So it's going to give you two options. It's going to give you domain and it's going to give you URL prefix. So we like to always suggest you do domain, because it will give you insight across everything. So the www, if you've got subdomains, if you've got like info dot your URL, it just kind of is a capture-all for anything that you could do with your domain. Whereas if you do URL prefix, you have to do them each individually. So if you have a www without the HTTP or the HTTPS, you have to do each of those properties separately. Whereas domain is a capture-all for your domain. Alrighty, so we're going to enter a domain, and this is one that I have access to that we can use for the sake of this exercise. So we're going to hit continue, and then it's going to go through, it's going to try to verify it, but it's not going to be able to because I don't have any markers to say that that is my domain. So it is going to automatically assume the provider that you're with. So GoDaddy, that is correct. With GoDaddy, there is a beautiful integration, but that would defeat the purpose of what I'm trying to run you through today. So we're going to go back to any DNS provider, and you're going to see here, it's going to give you kind of step-by-step instructions of what to do within your DNS provider. So this is where you have bought your domain from. So GoDaddy, Cheap Domains, Venture IP. There are so many out there. I'm sure you should know exactly which one you fit into. So you can see here, it's asking us to go into our DNS records and create a text record. And then it's going to just give it to you here. So I'm just going to pull across GoDaddy. I've already logged in, and here is the domain that I'm using. So I'm going to jump into DNS, and then I'm going to add a new DNS record. So you just click it here, and then what we want to use is text, and then, sorry, I should have copy and pasted this before I went across. So copy and paste it, and then paste it there. So you don't need to put anything in here because this is just going to be the full domain. And then what TTL means is how long that will actually take to propagate. So half an hour is the smallest time frame. So we're going to leave it at that, and we're going to hit save. Oh no, sorry, you have to hit enter. So the @ symbol, that is the host name. So the root domain. Awesome. So that's added in there. So it can take up to 48 hours. It generally doesn't. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump back into Google Search Console here, and we're going to hit verify. So I'm hoping that it's okay. Awesome. That is what I was hoping that was going to happen. So ownership verified. So that was fairly quick. Do not worry if this says it couldn't find the ownership. What you can do in that instance is just hit verify later, and it will just sit in this little drop down. So if that hadn't worked, it would just be sitting down at the bottom of this list saying needs verification. So if that does happen, you can just go back into it in like 24 to 48 hours and try that process again, and it should work no problem. So then once verification is ready, it will start to propagate and pull stuff in. Again, data can take between 24 and 48 hours to start to flow into here. And unfortunately, if your website has existed for longer than, and before you set this up, it will not backdate. So it will only start bringing in data from when you actually started the verification process. But once you have, the sky's the limit. You can kind of delve into here. But that's a completely different video. So subscribe, go and check out our other Google Search Console videos, and good luck.